All right, guys. I'm gonna talk to you guys about my main chase. Okay, huge basketball fan growing up in Pittsburgh. Obviously, we don't have an NBA team, so I defaulted to my dad's team, which he rooted for since he was a kid, the Boston Celtics. Very happy with that decision as time progressed, obviously, but I'm always fascinated with the history of basketball in Pittsburgh. Believe it or not, for not having a team, it's very rich in basketball history. Start off 1968. We win the ABA championship, the Pittsburgh Pipers. Team wins the championship, relocates to Minnesota. The cool thing is on that team, there was Connie Hawkins, a guy who was blackballed from college basketball for the point shaving scandal, which he never took part in. Had to play for the Harlem Globetrotters and kind of fight and claw his way financially to fight the NBA. Well, in that process, he played and found himself in the inaugural season of the ABA with the Pittsburgh Pipers. Won the MVP, won the championship, just kind of went crazy. I don't have as many Connie Hawkins cards as I wish I did, but I have some good stuff. 1975, obviously as a Celtics fan, having a Lakers card kind of sucks because he's probably my favorite old-time basketball player, but look at this card, man. You got Phil Jackson catching a nasty elbow from Connie Hawkins. It's just a fun card to look at. Moving on. 1971. So, when Pittsburgh relocated to Minnesota, I believe Connie played 1 year in Minnesota and then made the leap to the NBA. Or no, he might have made the leap after they relocated. I think he did make the leap after they relocated. 1971 is a big set for me, and you guys are going to find out why. So, team leaves. They end up getting another team to come back. This team's now known as the Pittsburgh Condors. The Condors were struggling, to say the least, with attendance, obviously. So, they scheduled a preseason game with the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks owner says, oh yeah, Kareem will be there for sure. The Condors owners took that as, oh yeah, Kareem's playing. So they put it on flyers and said Kareem is playing in the game. This was the very first game back in Pittsburgh where fans were going to be watching. Sure enough, Kareem is there, but he's not playing in the game. Pretty much killed fan interest for the year. After that year, the Condors had to pack it up and leave. But in that year, in 1971, they were able to find their way in the Topps set. So this is the only set that has a Pittsburgh professional basketball team on it. So for me, this set is everything. Starting off with Stu Johnson. One of the more premier scorers in the ABA, coincidentally also played for like 85% of the league. He found his way on every single team, it felt like. Cool story about Stu. He's from Clareton, and he's actually like Iceland's best women's basketball coach ever, as weird as that may sound. So that's card number one. It's actually the first vintage sports cards I ever picked up, was that Stu Johnson. And I paid $40 for it in 2018, and it was an overpay then, it's an overpay now, but I love that I picked it up because it started me on this journey of falling in love with the history of Pittsburgh basketball, professional Pittsburgh basketball. Skeeter Swift passed away, I believe, in 2017. He just looks rough, doesn't he? And believe it or not, he was only 24 years old in this picture. So, I mean, it was crazy back then. 6'3". Pretty good scorer in college. But yeah, you just gotta love it. I believe he was on the Memphis Pros. I want to say that was their ABA team name, but I could be wrong. And he got traded to Pittsburgh. So he's actually the only player in this set that's not in the Condors jersey. John Brisker, one of the more wild characters in the ABA. There was a time where Utah was playing in Pittsburgh. A brawl started. John Brisker started the fight, as he did with many players in his career. Whenever they went to play in Utah later that season, Utah was marketing it as the John Brisker Intimidation Night. And their goal was to have local boxers go to the game and stand courtside to intimidate Brisker. Didn't matter. He still started a brawl. Made it to the NBA with the Supersonics. when Bill Russell was the head coach. Tried to fight Bill Russell in the locker room. Believe it or not, John Brisker was a very good basketball player too. Even says on the back of here, like 29 points per game, 70-71. So he was, I mean, he was good. Unfortunately, Brisker went to Uganda and disappeared. He was declared dead, I want to say, in the mid-'80s, but never officially, like, body found or anything like that. With his temperament, they're not sure if he got into an argument with the king of Uganda, the prince of Uganda, but, yeah, Brisker, unfortunately, disappeared. Mike Lewis, phenomenal rebounder. You get the nice picture. I love these poses with the basketball and just, I don't know, big fan of it. Mike Lewis went to Duke. Pretty fun stuff. Fun fact, though, about the Condors. Their front office member was former Duke point guard / Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop Dick Groat. So, that's a fun one. Chuck Williams. He was a 2-time ABA All-Star. Very fun player from what my dad told me. Now, my dad did watch the Pittsburgh Condors and Pittsburgh Pipers. Unfortunately, obviously I was born in 97. I wasn't able to watch that. But there it even talks about Dick Groat on the back. Executive Vice President Dick Groat. It's actually pretty cool how much Dick Groat has his handprints all over Pittsburgh basketball as well as being a Hall of Fame shortstop. I believe he's Hall of Fame shortstop. I could be wrong on that. Chuck Williams, I'm not trying to pick up signed ones because I know like 3 or 4 of these guys are dead, and I have one more of these cards, but I still have to pick up like 4 more. When this popped up for $20 on eBay, I instantly was like, yeah, I need that. It was like 2 weeks before Christmas, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting myself that for Christmas. That's my Christmas gift to myself. Just fun stuff. I mean, obviously, cards in horrible condition, but it's signed. It's signed by one of the guys that were on the only Pittsburgh basketball team in a card. It's like, why would I not pick that up? Last one. Scoring leaders with Dan Issel, John Brisker, and Charlie Scott, who went on to play for the Celtics. But such a fun card to look at these and just look at the back of these and just see like the scores and the team names. The Utah Stars, Memphis Pros, so that was right, yeah. Florida Floridians, like, it's so much fun holding this stuff. It's like basketball history. Still have to pick up some more, and I will make videos whenever I do, but I just wanted to kind of show off what kind of history and heritage there is for pro basketball in Pittsburgh. I mean, there's not a lot, but we have some NBA guys, and we have a lot of really good talent in the Pittsburgh area right now that have NBA chances, and it's fun, and I will obviously PC those guys, but yeah, I just want to go and show you guys, even though I'm a huge Celtics fan, I'm also a big professional basketball historian, specifically for the city of Pittsburgh. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hey, if you guys like what you saw or want to, maybe I'm wrong on something, maybe want to correct me, let me know, but yeah, to my knowledge, I believe everything I said was correct, so alright guys, peace.